NFL Network Now on the Westwood One radio network. Nearly every NFL.com mock draft has the Colts taking a quarterback with the 4th overall pick in the draft. And we may be onto something. The Colts held a private workout for Kentucky quarterback Will Levis Thursday that was attended by nearly all their coaching and scouting staff. Indy previously met with Alabama quarterback Bryce Young and Ohio State quarterback C.J. Stroud. Joey Porter Sr. spent years terrorizing the Ravens as a Steelers Pro Bowl linebacker, and that may be why Baltimore is now interested in his son, Joey Porter Jr. The Ravens met with the Penn State corner and first-round prospect on Thursday. The Patriots draft prep is heating up as well. They met with Boston College receiver Zay Flowers and a pair of University of Georgia top prospects, edge rusher Nolan Smith and offensive lineman Broderick Jones. And the Jets landed a former Packers quarterback. No, not Aaron Rodgers, but they did sign his former backup, Tim Boyle. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One radio network.
It's April, and you know what that means? Taxes are almost due. Jackson Hewitt can help you win tax season. That's the sound of your maximum tax refund. The sound of getting 50% off tax prep. The sound of many of our competitors' prices going up. And the sound of getting to your nearest Jackson Hewitt. Hurry in for 50% off tax prep before this offer expires April 9th. Limited time offer for new clients filing at participating locations. Max value $200. Visit jacksonhewitt.com/50 for terms.
The steak experts at Omaha Steaks are helping you spring into something delicious with their semi-annual sale. Grab all your favorites at 50% off, like tender steaks, ocean fresh seafood, air-chilled chicken, and more. Plus, use promo code HOT at omahasteaks.com at checkout for an additional $30 off your order. Get fired up and spring into something special. But hurry, 50% off site-wide is only for a limited time. Visit omahasteaks.com. Use code HOT at checkout for an additional $30 off during their semi-annual sale today. Minimum order may be required.
You know, if I want an Omaha steak, Gene, I'll visit my daughter Amy and husband Tim in Omaha.
Well, it's a little farther trip.
Yeah, it is. You're right.
You probably want to leave a couple of days early.
I think so. Anyway, we'll be heading back to Omaha in May for granddaughter Emily Ann's graduation from University of Nebraska.
A corn husker.
She's a Husker. And actually, she graduated last semester, but she'll do the walkthrough in May.
Yeah, well, she's had a lot of time to practice.
Well, she's been practicing teaching. She's been student teaching all along.
Teaching, yes. Is it grade school, high school?
High school. She's been teaching an AP history class.
All right.
So.
History,
anyway.
Good stuff.
Yeah, and so now that basically her student teaching is done, she's looking for a real job in the real world. So, by the way, today is Friday. It is Good Friday. It's April 7th, 2023. Just thought I'd pass that along. And coming up, we've got birthdays to celebrate and a few other things. Let's see. When you were in school, did you have to memorize poems?
You know, I have a hard time remembering what I did yesterday, much less back then, but it doesn't come to the forefront of my mind that I was just really working on those
You
poems.
don't? Okay. Well, do you remember, under the spreading chestnut tree, the Villy Smithy stood? You don't remember okay.
No.
Well, poet Robert Frost was born in this month back in 1874. And he, his most famous poem was perhaps The Road Not Taken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and in it, the narrator faces two wooded paths and takes the one less traveled.
That's right, the one less traveled.
Yeah, stumbles onto a pot farm and is murdered by drug lords. Now, I didn't actually read it. I don't actually remember it from my school days, but that's probably the way it would go now.
Yeah, very quickly.
Yes. Anyway, I can remember well. We learned, memorized the poems and then had to recite them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember running the other way.
Okay. Well,
I just... Well, it made me run further and faster away from, first it's poetry and then it's Shakespeare.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't run faster than Sister Mary Frances, so I had to recite.
I want you to read this. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, are you ready for, well, and what was really tough is my great aunt, my grandfather, the grandfather I was named after, his sister was Mother Superior of the Order of the Nuns that was teaching us. Mm-hmm. So I got, double jeopardy there. Okay, are you ready for birthdays?
Let's get those birthdays.
Okay, country singer Bobby Bare, 88. Movie director Francis Ford Coppola, 85. Actor Roberta Shore is 80. Singer Patricia Bennett of the Chiffons, 76. John Oates of Hall and Oates, 75. Drummer John Dittrich of Restless Heart, 72. Singer Janice Ian, 72. Actor Jackie Chan is 69. Actor Russell Crowe, 59. Actor Bill Bellamy is 58. Actor Heather Burns, 48. Actor Kevin Alejandro, 47. Actor Sian Clifford is 41. Actor, bass player Ben McKee of Imagine Dragons, 38. Actor Ed Spellers is 35. Actor Connor Rayburn is 24. Local birthdays coming up. The Masters, one of the most prestigious golf events, and we will have daily coverage from the Augusta National Course.
Listen, golf. It's the Masters.
On AM 1230, follow the leaders with hourly updates through Easter Sunday.
And you're invited.
The Masters coverage on AM 1230 is brought to you by
Del Rio Country Club. The course is looking good and playing great. Call for a tee time. And Southwest Postal. Postal box access, 24 hours every day.
We have happy birthday wishes going out today to Michelle Caldera, Lucy Alvarez, Victor Moreno, Shujit Dillon, April Marie Duran, Arthur Green, Gale Christensen, Dixie Summers, Sandy Estes, Audrey Ibarra Noriega, Cesar Garcia, Yolanda Laguna, Gilbert Carrillo Jr., Gloria De Leon, Josie Lizarga, and Victor Castrita. Happy birthday from KXO.
All right.
Okay. And I don't have much of a busy weekend scheduled. I'm going to go to Buckley Park and see if I can find any of the eggs that were missed.
From last year.
Last week's, actually last Saturday's Easter egg hunt.
Oh, I think you ought to check out those ones from last year.
Yes.
They're the prize.
Well, yes.
They're the prize. You probably won't have a lot of friends if you eat one.
No,
but,
no.
That's another story for another day.
And several other Easter egg hunts scheduled for tomorrow. And now I can remember the jumping frog of, was it the jumping frog of Calaveras County?
Calaveras County, yeah.
Yeah, from Mark Twain.
Yes.
So there's going to be a tortoise race in Holtville tomorrow.
All right. Well, you know that it's a true story if it comes from Mark Twain.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Everything is very
okay.
Up and up.
You got it. And still relevant and still funny.
And still funny.
Okay. Are you ready for news?
News we have.
We're going to jump in with a look at World and California news headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. They are your year-round comfort specialists.
CBS News Brief. American employers added 236,000 jobs in March. The unemployment rate dipped to 3.5%. What does that say about the economy?
It has slowed a little bit, but at least from this particular data, it doesn't appear to be recessionary yet. And certainly hasn't appeared to have fallen off the cliff.
Eric Merlis at Citizens Bank. This Nashville City Councilman shaking his head over the state legislature's decision to expel 2 black Democratic lawmakers for staging a noisy protest against last week's Covenant School massacre.
We lost 6 people out of a little school here in Nashville, and they're concerned about decorum to the point where they're willing to violate the democratic process of multiple cities in the state of Tennessee. I've never seen anything like this.
Nashville City Councilman Freddie O'Connell in Jerusalem. Christians marking Good Friday. Vatican officials have just said Pope Francis will not preside over tonight's Way of the Cross event. It's cold, and he was recently hospitalized. CBS News Brief, I'm Vicki Barker.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
That's 20 headline news. One person is dead and a CHP officer injured after an incident at a park in Roseville Thursday afternoon. Captain Kelby Newton says it happened as a warrant was being served.
We have 2 innocent citizens who were struck by the suspect's gunfire during the incident. Sadly, 1 innocent citizen was pronounced deceased at the scene.
The suspect, who is in custody, briefly took 2 people hostage. Industry analysts expect gasoline prices to increase about 10 cents following OPEC's decision to reduce oil production. AAA spokesperson Julian Peretta says the average for a gallon of gasoline in California is $4.86. That's up 4 cents from a week ago.
In California, the most expensive gas is $5.71 in Mono County, and the cheapest is in Yuba County at $4.36.
And finally, more than 30 people at an apartment complex in Westlake have been displaced after a large tree caught fire and spread to their building Thursday night. Cause of that fire is unknown. Steve Clausen, California News.
World in California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. It's going to hit the 90s by the weekend. Is your AC up to it? For repair, for replacement, call the experts, Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal.
Imagine it's the last ride, but your symptoms of irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, are taking you for a ride. What should you do? Keep managing your constipation with belly pain the same old way? Or try getting ahead of your symptoms by talking to your doctor about treating it with Linzess, linaclotide. Linzess is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually.
Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
Imagine, what could relief from IBS-C mean for you? Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
And page 1 of the local news, a service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They have 3 locations in the Valley, at El Centro Motors, at the Imperial Valley Mall, and at the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 and Julia Drive.
Taking a look at the Friday edition of the local news, arson suspect is arrested. George Gale had this story.
On Wednesday, April 5th, investigators arrested 34-year-old Richard Ureña Jr. at a recycling center. Ureña was identified as a suspect wanted in connection with a fire at the Gourmet Trading Company on M.L. King Boulevard on Thursday, March 30th. Ureña, a transient, was identified through video footage from multiple home security cameras. Because of the high winds, fire spread to homes adjacent to the business. Ureña also admitted to setting 3 other fires that occurred in a 2-hour stretch that same day. Ureña was booked into Imperial County Jail on multiple felony charges related to arson. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
Brian McNeese produces a new documentary. It is entitled Phil Swing and the Path to Hoover Dam, A River, a Canal, and Empire. The documentary is on Congressman Phil Swing and Imperial Valley's key role in the building of Hoover Dam. Construction on the dam was finished in 1935. The dam's water and power prepared the way for the explosive development of the West, especially Los Angeles, Las Vegas, and later San Diego, Phoenix, and Tucson. Swing was also instrumental in obtaining legislation to fund the construction of the All-American Canal. The documentary can be viewed online at Vimeo.com, conveyor group /Phil Swing. KXO News Time, seconds away from 7:43.
How about the next time you need service on your car? We come to you. Hi, this is Mike Allison for Real Central Motors and Quick Lane. Our mobile service vans are an extension of our dealership service lane. We will come to you for an oil change, filters, brakes, batteries, tire rotation, and so much more. Hey, while your car is just sitting there at work, we'll take care of your service needs, and it doesn't cost any extra. Schedule your appointment now at elcentralmotors.net. El Central Motors Mobile Service Vans. What a great idea.
Well, here's COVID-19 numbers as they rebound. George Gale had the story.
County Public Health Department updates active cases of COVID-19. New numbers were released Thursday morning. According to the new report, active cases of COVID-19 in Imperial County have rebounded significantly. There are currently 242 active cases of the virus. That is up from 172 cases reported previously. State COVID-19 tier metrics for Imperial County indicate 10.60 new cases per day per 100,000 population, with a positivity rate of 10.9%. Fatalities attributed to the virus in Imperial County are now at 977. That's up 1 from the previous report. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
Well, when you hear people say there is nothing to do in Imperial County, here's a list for you for Easter time. Wanda Layton Memorial Tortoise Race registration is at 9 a.m. at Hold Park in Hopeville. Hopeville Chamber of Commerce, Easter in the Park, 10 a.m. at Holt Park in Hopeville. Easter egg hunt, food, pictures with the Easter bunny, face painting, entertainment, and a petting zoo. Cody's Closet, 7th Annual Easter Egg Hunt, and more. That's 9 a.m. till 10 a.m. at Sunbeam Lake Park. Games, crafts, prizes, and more. And finally, the 2nd Annual Autism Awareness Fair, noon to 5 p.m. at Eager Park in Imperial. Family fun, especially for individuals and families on the spectrum. Music, food, fun, and the Imperial Splash Pad. That concludes this edition of Local News. Don't go away. Page 2 coming up.
Page 1 of the Local News is service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations in the Valley. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
It's tax season, and Barone Enterprises Services is here to help you get things done right. They'll make sure your income taxes are done properly with top quality, courteous, professional service. And employers, did you know there's some tax rebates you might not have heard about that'll save you money? Barone's has decades of experience with setting up corporations or partnerships and assisting businesses with QuickBooks and bookkeeping solutions. To set up an appointment, call Barone Enterprises Services or stop by their office at 404 East 2nd Street in Calexico. Barone Enterprises Services.
Page 2 of the Local News is served up by K Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. Great Japanese food. They specialize in sushi rolls. They've got 50 different varieties of sushi rolls, one for every state.
Continuing with more local news this morning, the Nathan Nate Mata Memorial Scholarship Fundraiser is coming up. Here's more on that story.
It will be held Saturday. The 30th annual event will be held at Rademacher Park in Calipatria from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday. They will be selling tri-tip and pulled pork dinners, with all proceeds going to benefit graduating athletes, cheerleaders, and band members from Calipatria High School. The event will also feature car, truck, and motorcycle displays from local car clubs, as well as live music, drinks, and more. Everyone is encouraged to attend. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
And a big rig collides with the concrete barrier. It shuts down one lane of Highway 111. It happened early Thursday morning near Wildcat Road at 5:43 Thursday morning. The rig was southbound on Highway 111. California Highway Patrol says the undetermined reasons the rig collided with the concrete barrier that crossed the Rockwood Canal is not known. There was a lot of debris as a result of the collision. The number 2 lane was closed to allow for cleanup. No injuries were reported. The incident remains under investigation. And yes, it is Easter coming up this weekend. Well, actually, it already started. Easter eggs will be a part of a hunt in Calexico. Here's more on that story.
It will be held Saturday. The event will be held at Crummett Park from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. The event is free and will feature the egg hunt, carnival games, music, and a whole lot of fun. Participants only need to bring an Easter basket. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
Here's a reminder for you from Susan Bermudez. It is a reminder for the second installment of real property taxes. The Treasurer Tax Collector says taxpayers should be aware that the second installment of real property taxes will become delinquent if not paid by 5 p.m. this coming Monday, April 10th. Bermudez said payments must be in the tax collector's office by 5 p.m. or bear a postmark of April 10th of this year. She said online payments may be made through a link on the website by 11:45 p.m. April 10th. Delinquent parcels will receive a 10% penalty, and a $10 cost effective will be April the 11th. Property owners who have paid their taxes through impound accounts but have recently refinanced or paid off their home loans should be aware that they may not be responsible now for paying. They may be responsible for paying their property tax bills themselves. We'll be back with a look at the weather.
K Sushi Bar and Grill, serving you fresh and delicious Japanese food. Also giving you great customer service and a menu full of items for everyone's appetite. Check out their unique Estates sushi rolls, one for each of our 50 states. And come join them with their famous sake bomb, a thrilling event with James Chingon. Make a group reservation at their cozy patio or cater at K Sushi Bar and Grill, 416 South J Street in Imperial. Or call in your order at 760-355-4440. Visit them at ksushibarandgrill.com.
Here's Carroll Buckley with a weather update.
The National Weather Service says continued dry and tranquil weather conditions are expected through early next week. Temperatures will trend much warmer through this weekend and into early next week, with the first 90-degree temperatures of the year likely as early as Sunday. Temperatures are expected to fall below normal once again during the latter part of next week. 76 our high yesterday, 47 the overnight low. Mostly cloudy through mid-morning today, then gradual clearing. Look for a high near 84. West wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming south-southeast. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 57. West-southwest wind 10 to 15 miles an hour, becoming southeast after midnight. Winds could gust as high as 20 miles an hour. Sunny on Saturday with a high near 86. West wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming south-southeast. Easter Sunday will be sunny with a high near 92. Northwest wind about 5 miles an hour, then becoming northeast in the afternoon. 53 degrees, 35% relative humidity, wind out of the west at 5 miles an hour. Local news, page 2, served by K Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. Check out the daily lunch specials. The dinner menu features 16 different entrees. K Sushi Bar and Grill, just off Highway 86 in Imperial.
What do you get when you combine the fun of a day out on the golf course with the thrills of bowling a strike or two with the excitement of hitting a jackpot on your favorite slot machine? What do you get? All the fun under the sun. And that's what you'll find and more at Kokopah Casino and Resort, South Highway 95 in Somerton. Plan it all at kokopahresort.com.
And it's sports time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. NBA, yeah, they're still playing NBA. Well, they're ready to start playoffs that are going to go for another 8 months. The Cavaliers beat up on the Magic 118-94. Heat hammered the 76ers 129-101. It was the Spurs slipping by the Trailblazers, 129-127. Thunder topped the Jazz, 114-98. And the Suns beat the Nuggets, 119-115. 13.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Brawley, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all of Pioneer's services, visit pmhd.org today.
Major League Baseball, well, Orlando Arcia with a walk-off hit in the bottom of the ninth brought the Braves past the Padres 7-6. Meanwhile, the Dodgers dumped the Diamondbacks 5-2. Rockies shut out the Nationals 1-0. Blue Jays beat the Royals 6-3. Giants pounded the White Sox 16-6, and the Red Sox rolled over the Tigers 6-3. All the other games scheduled for yesterday postponed. Inclement weather back east. LSU star Angel Reese said she will visit the White House with her team, days after suggesting they should instead celebrate their national championship with former President Barack Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama, rather than President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden. On Thursday, LSU confirmed they had accepted the bid, the invitation to visit the White House. No date has been set. And if you haven't noticed, the Masters is underway at the Augusta National Golf Club. We've got updates throughout the day on AM 1230 KXO. That's it for Sports Time. Sports Time brought to you this morning by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers.
Since 1901, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy has provided the finest printing and copying services from start to finish. When you choose Imperial Printers Rocket Copy, you can feel confident in our expertise and personal attention to your project. We have a team of professional graphic designers ready to take your ideas and make them a reality. From promotional merchandise, full-color brochures, blueprints, and high-speed copies to business forms and everything else in between, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy offers dependable and affordable quality printing. Thank you for choosing locally owned and operated Imperial Printers Rocket Copy. We have convenient locations near you at 430 West Main Street and 100 South 11th Street in El Centro and 184 South Plaza in Brawley.
And right now, it's time to take a look at financial news with a brief look at the weather. All brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company that protects you and your property. Southwest Security, offering live-scan fingerprinting to the public. Bob Jordan, who took over as CEO of Southwest Airlines in February 2022, just 10 months before the airline's epic holiday travel service meltdown, got a 75% pay hike last year. Yes. Southwest's operational meltdown over the Christmas vacation period prompted the cancellation of over 16,000 flights between December 21st and 29th, ruined holiday plans for tens of thousands of passengers, and cost the airline about $800 million in lost revenue. Yeah, well, when he moved up and took over as CEO, Jordan, moving out of an executive vice president position, got that pay hike, 75%, as part of that promotion. You think he's going to give any of it back? Yeah, sure, right. Got a bridge over the New River if you think that's going to happen. Well, U.S. employers added just 236,000 jobs in March, coming in below expectations and indicating that the labor market is cooling off amid the Federal Reserve's year-long rate hiking campaign to chill inflation. The unemployment rate dropped to 3.5%, according to the March jobs report. Economists were expecting a net gain of 239,000 jobs for the month and a jobless rate of 3.6%. It's the first jobs report in 12 months that came in below expectations, while the U.S. labor market has kept trucking along despite other areas of the economy showing slowing under the weight of interest rate hikes. It is showing some signs of cooling. Wall Street took the news with, mixed results right now. The Dow basically even up 3 at 33,485. The S&P 500 up 15 at 4,105. And the NASDAQ up 91 points at 12,087. Gold down 11.90 an ounce. Oil off 15 cents per barrel.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
Expect mostly cloudy skies through mid-morning, then gradual clearing. Look for a high near 84. West wind about 5 miles an hour, then becoming south-southeast. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 57. West-southwest wind 10 to 15 miles an hour, becoming southeast after midnight. Those winds could gust up to 20 miles an hour. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 86. West wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming south-southeast. Easter Sunday, sunny with a high near 92. Northwest wind about 5 miles an hour, then becoming northeast. Well, we've moved up to 55 degrees with that 33% relative humidity. Wind out of the west right now at about 5 miles an hour. And we told you that'll start shifting out of the southeast. Financial news and a brief look at the weather brought to you this morning by Southwest Security Services. They offer 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal, and you'll find them at 4th and Heil in El Centro. CBS News just ahead.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO, El Centro, the Imperial Valley.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Steve Kathan. The government says employers tacked on 236,000 jobs last month. Bankrate's Mark Hamrick says it's a solid report.
Some steam is coming out of the job market, but it isn't falling out of bed. The unemployment rate edging down from 3.6 to 3.5%. That's just above January's historic low.
CBS's Jill Schlesinger breaks it all down.
Sectors of note, leisure and hospitality added 72,000 jobs. Leisure and hospitality is just 2.2% below its pre-pandemic level of employment. The government added 47,000 jobs, professional and business services 39,000, healthcare 34,000.
Correspondent Jim Krasula has new developments the day after 2 Tennessee lawmakers were ousted by Republicans over a gun reform demonstration.
The 2 expelled Democratic state lawmakers may not be gone for long. County commissioners in their districts will pick replacements to serve until special elections can be held, and they could opt to choose Justin Jones and Justin Pearson. They could also run again.
We lost 6 people out of a little school here in Nashville, and they're concerned about decorum to the point where they're willing to violate the democratic process of multiple cities in the state of Tennessee. I've never seen anything like this.
Metro Nashville Council member Freddie O'Connell.
Overseas, CBS's Elaine Cobb has the latest on the stepped-up Middle East violence.
2 Israeli settlers in the occupied West Bank were killed in a shooting blamed on Palestinians. The attack came after Israel's military pounded the Gaza Strip early today, reportedly hitting a children's hospital.
Well, some people who normally don't say much about what they do are being asked some serious questions in a Washington investigation, as we hear from CBS's Nicole Skanga.
Former and current U.S. Secret Service officials are slated to testify before a Washington, D.C. grand jury. The grand jury appearance is connected to Special Counsel Jack Smith's investigation into the handling of classified documents by former President Trump at his Mar-a-Lago estate.
For the 3rd time this year, Tesla has cut prices up to $5,000 slashed from the more expensive models, the S sedan and the X large SUV. The company's sales were up in the first quarter of the year, but below expectations. Meet Annalise Bergman. Tonight she'll become the first American woman to play in a junior hockey league game.
This has kind of been like my dream since I was little. I've always wanted to play in a league, no other girl has. So to get the opportunity means everything.
She's the starting goaltender tonight for the Janesville Jets in Wisconsin, hosting the Springfield Junior Blues in the North American Hockey League. Financial exchanges are closed today. This is CBS News.
Hire with minimal effort and maximum success with Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I can't believe tax season is here already. Look at all this info I have to enter.
Phil's small accounting firm is growing in numbers.
Why didn't I take that typing class in high school?
A data entry specialist could really help him in a crunch.
I got blisters on my fingers.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
In Britain, New Look money is going to have to wait a while.
7 months after the death of Queen Elizabeth, the Bank of England has begun printing the new 5, 10, 20, and 50-pound notes showing Britain's King Charles. But they won't enter circulation until the middle of next year. The banknotes are ready, but self-service checkout machines, ticket kiosks, and other such gadgets across the UK have to be tweaked to recognize the new bills. Vicky Barker, CBS News, London.
A new study finds that climate change is making Major League sluggers into even hotter hitters, sending an extra 50 or so home runs a year over the fences. The findings from Dartmouth College scientists included an analysis of more than 200,000 balls put in play the last few years. They say climate change added about 1% to home run totals. The answer is warmer air is thinner, and that's less resistance on a batted ball. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
You've got Carroll Buckley with the best oldies on the radio.
I don't like it. I love it.
There's a very special event in the city of Imperial. It's, it's the second annual Autism Awareness Fair. And it takes place in the city of Imperial, with the city of Imperial obviously playing a big part, as well as ASIC, which is Autism Supportive Imperial County. And with us in the studio today, we have the president of Autism Supportive Imperial County, James Gonzalez, and from the city of El Centro, we have Tony Lopez, and they're going to tell us a little bit about what's going on. Okay, we'll start out with you, James, since you're the Jefe, right? Okay. Autism Support of Imperial County, the city of Imperial partnering on this program. What's the significance?
The significance is huge. I mean, for the city of Imperial to reach out to us and put this together was, one, it's an honor, but to be able to do something of this scale, to have service providers out there to be able to talk one-to-one with parents of special need children that have services through San Diego Regional Center, it's just huge, as well as it just being a fun, interactive event with all the activities that Imperial is providing out there for all the children and all the family. It's just going to be great. Okay, and Tony, the city of Imperial, I know, again, you've gotten behind this, very, very active in what you're doing for the community, not just in this event, but many other events. So what's going on Saturday? What are you guys up to?
So good morning, everyone. So like James said, this is one of the events that we wanted to bring on an annual basis to the city of Imperial. We feel like it's very important to raise awareness for these types of things. And like we're honored to be a partner in this event with Autism Support of Imperial County. But what's going on Saturday? We have a lot of family fun going on for Saturday at Eager Park in the city of Imperial from 12 to 5. We have dunk tanks, we have jumpers, we have the splash pad will be on. We are currently installing new cornhole sets that we'll be having on display for Saturday, as well as all the informational vendors that we have. We're going to have food available. Some of our food vendors are also donating some of their resources for the event. And it's just going to be an all-inclusive for everyone to enjoy event at Eager Park this Saturday from 12 to 5.
Okay, now coming back to you, James, from experience, you're dealing with families, you're dealing with children, and not so young children with special needs. That has to create, well, you have to be careful in what you're doing.
Yeah, and that's the city of Imperial has been great about making sure that we have decompression areas at the facility. We have 2, right, Tony? 2 decompression areas for individuals with autism that get overstimulated. Those decompression areas will be away from the music, away from a lot of the noise, and so that way those individuals on the spectrum, and even those individuals not on the spectrum that need to decompress, will have an ability to decompress and be able to enjoy the time that they're there at the event.
Okay, you mentioned there'll be a lot of information and information about resources that are available. And to a family that is struggling with this alone, take advantage of the resources.
Yeah, first of all, we'll have ourselves out there, as well as a booth from San Diego Regional Center. So if they have questions about services or anything else like that, we're going to have a lot of people out there, as well as providers through San Diego Regional Center, meaning that these are services that families with individuals that are clients of San Diego Regional Center can attain. And so if they have questions directly through those vendors, they can ask them direct.
There are resources available. I think that's important that people know. And sometimes you need guidance in which buttons to push. And I know my daughter has a lot of help with my grandson's IEP and getting the help that he is required to have. And the family can get the help on this.
Yeah, that's in regards to just parent support. That's what ASIC is all about. We're parents that, help educate and help parents know what's out there. We're a nonprofit organization. All of us are volunteers, and we just want to help our community in the best way possible. And it's one of those things that this event just helps magnify the ability that we can do, that our vendors can do through San Diego Regional Center, what San Diego Regional Center itself does. And we're completely and utterly grateful to what the city of Imperial has allowed us to do.
Well, it's Autism Awareness Month, and a lot of the government agencies and other private concerns have gotten on board with this. I know the El Centro Police Department has reissued their autism awareness patch. And the city of Brawley, city of El Centro recognized autism awareness. I know the county has, the various city governments, Imperial, that have recognized autism awareness. And one of the things, it's not a disease.
No.
And the more people, as sometimes are called normies, learn about the situation, the better it is.
Oh yeah, it definitely helps that people are aware of autism as a condition. When I'll just really quick, the only thing I knew about autism when I was growing up as a kid is the NFL commercials that would come out with Doug Flutie's son. And that's it. Nothing more, no description, and so forth. So the fact that, these events are happening, across the nation, is bringing that information out there. So.
Okay. And Tony, the city of Imperial, I know, fully involved in this. Did I hear somebody mention a dunk tank?
Yes, so we'll be having a dunk tank.
Can I suggest a few targets for the dunk tank?
Yeah, so just to highlight a few very briefly, our Mayor Pro Tem, Robert Amparano, will be one of the call it victims on the dunk tank on the hot seat. James will also be there being dunked, and a few others. Mr. George Marquez, District Attorney, just to name a few. So come on down, dunk your local officials to show support. It is to raise funds for awareness and to go towards the nonprofit. So it's for a good cause. We also have our Imperial Police Department going to be there on display, as well as Imperial County Fire. Sparky, the mascot for the fire department, will be there, and a few other costumed individuals for our scavenger hunt. So there's just going to be a lot of family fun. We encourage everybody, not only from the city of Imperial, but from all over the Imperial County, to come in and join us this Saturday at Eager Park.
Well, it's not just a city of Imperial event. It is a county-wide event. And it is not just for those that are experiencing autism in the family. It is for anybody. And I think that's the important part, so that you can become more aware of autism.
Absolutely. This, like you said, this event is to raise awareness, but it's for everyone. It's to bring everybody together in one location to kind of just hang out. And come enjoy the things that the Autism Support of Imperial County and the City of Imperial have partnered in on and brought to you guys to kind of give you like a little bit of an event to do on Saturday. It's going to be fun for everybody.
Okay, and again, it is Saturday at Eager Park in Imperial. And what are the hours?
12 to 5.
Okay. You want to reinforce that, since you both tried to answer it at the same time?
We both were coming at the mic at the same time. So yeah, it's at Eager Park from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Live music all day long. And like you were saying, Carroll, it's one of those things. It's for everybody. San Diego Regional Center services are not just for individuals with autism. It's for individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. So all those service providers out there don't just do services for autistic people. It's for anybody who has or is a client of San Diego Regional Center.
And we should point out that I don't think there's a family anywhere that isn't affected in some way or another by the intellectual disabilities, by a genetic issue or autism or any of the other issues. And this would be a great place to get some support.
Yes, it's definitely a great opportunity to ask a lot of questions that parents have from the service providers and everything else. And like you said, it's everybody knows someone, and it's one of our slogans. Somebody with autism, and that's either directly or indirectly. You either know somebody. I mean, Carroll, yourself, you've known me since I was a kid, and now my son has autism. Your grandson, you mentioned earlier. And so it's one of these things that we just want to make, everybody aware that this is out there and it's for everybody, like Tony said.
Okay. And one of the things that benefits families is when they interact with other families and share experiences that show, well, we're not unique. It's these other people are, we've had to face that as well. Here's what we tried, and here's what worked, or here's what didn't work for us. Why don't you give it a try? Just the opening up and sharing experience among a family or among parents is very beneficial.
Yeah, and that's, the whole point of ASIC is, again, we're a parent support group, and that's, talking amongst parents, saying, parents that have experienced something like you just mentioned can relay that to new parents, or, parents going through any different number of things, even for our teenagers.
Yes.
So it doesn't stop there. When our children become adults, they're still our children, no matter at what age they are. And so it's one of those things we want to make sure we can maintain services for them throughout their entire life. And that's one of the things that's going to be out there. It's not just the service providers that'll be out there aren't just for our small kids, for teenagers, and for our adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
Okay, this is Saturday, the Autism Support of Imperial County, the City of Imperial, presenting the second annual Autism Awareness Fair at Ager Park, and it's from noon till 5, and we will see you there?
I think so.
Okay.
Yes, you will see us both there.
And you'll both be working, I know.
Yes.
Thank you very much. We appreciate the visit with Tony Lopez, with James Gonzalez, and the City of Imperial, and Autism Support of Imperial County.